doing? Papa J coming to you. Here it is, early August. I've been having a great summer, really busy summer actually, doing a lot of teaching, a lot of great students and stuff, and working on my books and things. But I had a good experience yesterday with a student, and these are these occasions that remind me of how infinite the possibilities are of music and of drumming and things that you wouldn't otherwise have found, and you come across them by accident. And I just absolutely love this. This kind of thing can happen in classroom settings, and I love it when it happens in a one-on-one private setting as well. But this student has been working on a song called A-Bomb in Wardour Street by a band called The Jam. And so if you know this, it's kind of a British punk band from the early 80s, and it's kind of sentimental to me because I was in a band that I miss very much where we did this song. And anyway, the beginning of that tune starts like this. Kind of, fast punk kind of song. It's fun. I love it. Well, so the student is, was kind of having a hard time just with the up tempo, but just playing quarter notes with all the offbeat eighth notes and stuff. And so we turned to the first 12-bar exercise in the Realistic Rock book, just as a practice piece, because he'd already learned that. And so instead of playing it this way, so when he got to that point, remember in that in the third line of that solo, it goes like this. Anyway, he kind of messed up. He kind of played something different. Something like that. But what he was trying to do was just play quarter notes on the hi-hat instead of eighth notes. So something like that came out. And so anyway, when I first heard that, I thought, wait a minute, that wasn't right. You got to play what's written there. Play this. And so, my first impression went, and then he tried it again, but I remember what it sounded like, and then I thought, man, that is so cool. What did you do? And he couldn't exactly remember, but I had heard that it was all the eighth notes with his left hand, and he was playing his right hand as quarter notes. And I said, so if you played this could be a new ostinato pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I said, could you maintain that as an ostinato and play whatever melody, whatever beat or whatever rhythm on the bass drum? And he's like, I don't think so, I don't know. And I said, well, you could either use the 12-bar exercise again, or I got out just a reading page of the syncopation book or something like that. And I said, take that and play this on the bass drum, and he could read it really well, but when he put it with this, that was something totally new to him. But it went, if you play it, whatever. I mean, it was something like that. But if you play it kind of up tempo, that song A-Bomb in Wardour Street's at 150, and so it's like. putting a little accent on the 2 and the 4. But that goes really well with that song, or that style of music. And anyway, I mean, we got crazy with what the possibilities are and trying to develop the independence with the bass drum. But it was so cool to see that all of this and the rest of the lesson was spent working on this, and writing it out and going measure by measure. And instead of, he couldn't read the whole page or anything, but we just took one measure at a time and repeated that. And I kind of wrote that out and then put another measure under this ostinato. And it was something that was totally new to him and a totally different way of thinking or playing, which, getting into those ostinatos like that Gary Chester stuff, I haven't gotten, the student, I think he's in 9th or 10th grade, so he'll get to that soon enough. But anyway, so this was the first kind of concept like that. But we realized it's a little bit backwards, because if you played 8th notes here and quarter notes here, that's pretty common, right? To put melodies with, or even this sound. But to turn that around, keeping your hands in the same place, that was totally new. I love it when we come up with those things by accident, and then it just opens up this whole universe of possibilities that, and his face just lit up with this, wow, I've got this whole world of stuff to practice and I can use it, but it's something new that we were using pages of books to practice it with, but it didn't come, he didn't get this from an exercise in a book or anything like that. It actually came across by accident, just because he played something sort of accidentally, quote unquote, wrong, for that exercise. But the sound was so cool that we thought, what did you do? And then we realized what it was. So it was just a really great lesson in, first of all, listening, of course, which is the best thing, listening to yourself when you're practicing, realizing that mistakes are oftentimes what you would call a mistake turns out to be your coolest stuff, your coolest ideas. And if you have the if you hear it and then you have the patience to explore it, it's kind of like, remember the movie Men in Black, the first one, when they found that an entire galaxy exists in this small little jewel that was a necklace on the cap, and they looked at it and it was a whole, that's how this is with music. It's something that we stumbled across. We didn't even see it there, but we looked at it and realized there's a whole universe of possibilities in that little accident. And so anyway, the student went away just lit up after the lesson, and so did I, and it's always a wonderful experience when both of us, the teacher and the student, are learning and exploring together and coming up with something new and something original, and that really, but it's challenging, and it requires another level of independence or control, but then there's a lot of ways you can use that. I mean, it's just cool. This is one of the main reasons why A, I love teaching, B, I love drums, C, I love music, I love the infinite possibilities of it, and I hope that we can just keep up that kind of work and discover all that new stuff, and let me know what you come up with or how you may work with that. So thank you for listening, and have a lovely day. You are cool.